We're here at McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary with Mark himself.
So I knock on the door, and the lady answers the door. She's drunk as a skunk, swaying and everything else. She goes, I got a Gila Monster in my bathroom.
Right here is probably one of the biggest captive eastern diamondbacks I've ever seen in my life. So what was it, 2 years ago? It actually struck and bit you on the hand while you were trying to feed him.
So when I got the house, I was having a hard time breathing, and they ended up putting a trach in my throat. It was rough. I was in a coma for 3 days, and another 15 days in the ICU.
That's scary stuff.
It was pretty painful. So,
that being said, let's take the snake out.
Yeah, after all that, let's see how this guy's doing.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to My Wildlife. We're here at McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary with Mark himself. And we're actually in his huge venomous room. He's going to be pulling out a small rattlesnake right here, which is actually kind of like a gem to all reptile keepers, specifically pot keepers. This is what's called a white speckled rattlesnake. And when I was coming over to Mark's place and doing hours, I was taking care of this little baby when it was a worm. He's about a foot long now. That's a good looking snake.
Yeah, he's getting bigger.
That's a good looking animal.
I should put him on exhibit, but I don't have,
You should.
I don't have enough cages.
Can I get a little hook so I can bring him out a little bit? So this is a beautiful little white speckled rattlesnake. They come in so many different colors depending on what mountain range they're found. There are blue ones, there are red ones. They come in such a good variety. Look at that. That thing is beautiful. Now, if you can look around, you can see this room is filled with venomous reptiles. It's because Mark's been keeping venomous reptiles his whole life since he was a little kid, and you actually started working at Bill Haas. That was one of your first jobs, right?
Yeah, 1972, 73.
Bill Haas Serpentarium, one of the most well-known venom labs on the planet. Probably the most well-known venom lab.
Yeah, he was a cool guy.
And what happened? You came down when you were 14 years old?
16.
16 years old with all your animals in one backpack?
Yep, I just got back from Arizona, went back to Michigan, had a bunch of rattlesnakes in my bags, and my mother was like, "There's no way you're bringing that stuff in my house." And I got to argue with her about it, and there was just no way it was going to happen. So she told me to take it right back to Jeff Schrock, who was the guy I went out there with, an older guy. And I didn't like it. So I put all my snakes in a backpack, grabbed a few bucks out of one of my drawers, walked out to I-75, and
Hitchhiked all the way?
Yeah, it took me about 3 days. By the time I got there, I only had about $5. I wanted to serve, talk to the boss, try to get an interview. He's made an application, I fill it out, he gives it back to me. I give it back to him, and he says, "No, we're not really hiring at the moment." And I was just devastated. I thought, oh my God,
that huge trip you just did.
1,300 miles away with $5 in my pocket. But anyway, so when he got up from his desk, he saw my backpack leaning up against the desk, and it was moving. And he asked me, "What do you got in that backpack?" And I said, "I got my snake collection in that backpack." He kind of looks at me strange, like, "Why would you bring your snake collection to a job interview?" I said, "Well, I'm coming all the way from Michigan." "It's Michigan?" Like, "Yeah." Now he picks up the application, he's actually looking at it. And he says to me, "Well, how did you get here?" And I says, "I hitchhiked." And he says, "Well, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you hitchhiked all the way from Michigan with backpack full of rattlesnakes to come work for me?" I said, "Yep." He goes, "You're hired."
That's what I'm saying. I would do this. I mean, today, if somebody came to you right now and they said that to you, you'd be a little concerned for the legal side of things.
Right.
But at the same time, you see how much passion that person has, how much motive, how much drive they have to come all the way to you just to work for you.
Yeah, it was a great day.
So,
I worked there for about a good year or so. And I starved, man. It was, I didn't have any family. I had to get my own place. And I was sleeping out on the Cutler Ridge Mall bus bench for probably a month or so. Some old hippie guy comes up to me, big long red beard, long red hair, and taps me in the ribs and he says, "Hey, I'm seeing you laying here all the time. What's going on with you?" Because you need a place to stay. I'm like, "Oh yeah, good." He goes, "I rent these apartments down by University of Miami, some old dormitories. They refurbished." He says, "You have a job?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, do this. Put your money in the bank. Bring me your bank book. Show me your bank book, and I'll let you move it."
there you go.
My paycheck was $66 a week. Got $1.60 an hour. And he gave me a place, and it wasn't a very nice place. It was a rat-infested kind of place, but it was a little dormitory, and you had to share the bathrooms with other tenants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and the cops called the place Hashish Haven. And you would literally, these guys, you go in there and find junkies like sitting on the toilet all passed out with syringes, and you just kind of go, push the guy off the toilet just to use the toilet.
It is insane to hear a story like that, because if you look at this whole facility, if you come to McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary, you see this big facility, this huge sanctuary that they've built. The snake room alone is huge. You got species from all around the world. The sanctuary takes in tons of animals that are native and exotic, rehoming them and sending animals back to the wild that are rehabilitated. So Mark started off with that rough beginning, coming all the way down from Michigan, living on a bench, working for Bill Haas, barely making money, and look at this. You go through a lot of crap to get to get to your goal.
My father was really upset because he was a contractor up in the Detroit area, and his whole thing was, you gotta have a trade. You know, you gotta be a plumber, electrician,
a carpenter, something.
kind of
You gotta
trade.
get into it. You gotta have something
And
to make
he
money
says,
off.
you're gonna starve in that business. And he was right. I starved for a long time.
I think there's somebody hiding behind the corner. Let me see who it is. Oh, Anna, what's going on? Oh, look, it's Anna. Oh, we haven't seen her in a long time. You guys remember her from the Bushmaster soaking video when we soaked that huge Bushmaster over there? Mark was out of town. He's like, hey, this Bushmaster's got some skin stuck. You want to go over there and peel the skin off its head? I said, sure, why not? So now we got the whole gang together. We're going to look at the rest of the venomous reptiles in here and show you a little bit of McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary.
The only thing I can do is go up.
Yeah, you're running out of roof space.
I got more visiting cages in storage.
We should get another shed and put it on top of this one and make it a two-story. We take a little elevator to go look at all the mambas and king cobras upstairs. Now, you guys, if you love the Insularis, the blue vipers that you see on my channel, these are the parents right over here. You can come get a good shot of them. They are gorgeous, and it gives you a good idea of what these little pit vipers back at my place are going to grow up to be. Beautiful snakes, and that big female on top is actually the one that gave birth to my babies. Awesome species. Like most vipers, live birth. They come out, little clear sacs, they shoot out, and they start their lives. Can't wait for them to be that big. Look at this. Is that rose hair?
Yeah, that's rose hair.
Beautiful rose hair crawling around the glass, no problem.
That thing's been here forever.
So right over here, we've got a beautiful pair of Gila Monsters. Little chubby one right there. They're like, oh, you waking me up.
Yeah, this is my buddy. I call him Tequila. Tequila the Gila.
Tequila the Gila. Wait, there's a story behind the name, right?
Yeah, I got a call. I was living out in Arizona. This is probably around 77 or 78, maybe. And I got a call from a lady that had a Gila Monster in her bathtub. And she was drunk on the phone. She's going, I got the Gila Monster in my bathtub. And I'm just thinking, this has to be my buddy's yanking my chain, you know? And I was volunteering at another rehab place. So she gives me her address, and I drive out there, and I get to this Airstream trailer.
Okay.
Well, Airstream trailers don't have bathtubs in them, you know, it's just a little Airstream trailer, and I'm kind of going, this is weird, what's going on here? So I knock on the door, and the lady answers the door, and she's drunk as a skunk, swaying and everything else. She goes, I got a Gila Monster in my bathtub. And I kind of looked in, I'm just waiting for like my college buddies to jump out.
Pranked!
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
And so I look, and I get up in their trailer, and I go there, and she goes, it's in there. And it's not really a bathtub, it's just a toilet with a little shower inside of it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an airplane type bathroom, but with a shower. It's kind of weird.
Taking a poop and shower.
Yeah. But anyway, there he was. And so I call him Tequila the Gila.
So this is the Gila Monster that was found in a bathroom
Yeah, bathroom.
at a trailer park.
And then I got him a female, and her name's Margarita.
Margarita. And this is not a good bite. If you got bit by one of these lizards, they're nicknamed suicide lizards, right? So
They hurt. The bite is actually probably worse than the venom.
just because
of mine told me.
the muscle right around the head, because their venom glands are actually in the bottom jaw, so this is all muscle, all these jowls, all this head muscle right here just for crunching down, and they don't let go. I love these lizards.
Yeah, I do too.
Look at that belly. And what's really funny about this species is they're always known to sleep in very odd positions. Beaded lizards and Gila monsters, they're always found like upside down,
Yeah, you think
sleeping.
they're dead. First time I saw that, I was like,
They're
oh my
sleeping
God,
like
it's
that.
dead.
You think they're dead in the enclosure, but they're actually sleeping.
Yeah.
They're funny lizards. But the reason they're like that, guys, is because they live in burrows. So when they're sleeping in a burrow, they might turn over and sleep like that. They sleep in their weird, awkward angles. They'll shove themselves into a crack way back in the burrow amongst the rocks. So they're pretty funny lizards. Alright guys, right here is probably one of the biggest captive eastern diamondbacks I've ever seen in my life that I've had the opportunity to work with. And it's got a pretty crazy story behind it, because not just was the situation where you found the snake was crazy, but also, what was it, 2 years ago, it actually struck and bit you on the hand while you were trying to feed him?
Yeah, I made that mistake of being too casual with what I'm doing, and he was basically coiled up right over on this side of the cage. And, you know, I slide open the door and I threw a rat in right here. And he struck from way over there all the way over here and hit me in the hand. I think he was going for the rat. And so when he bit me really hard.
Yeah, he just unloaded that venom.
And, I mean, blood just went like, which was weird because usually they don't get that, you know.
But such big fangs.
Yeah. And then I shut the door and walked outside. The nurse that Anna had after her cobra bite was actually here that day, just visiting Anna.
Just visiting?
Yeah, just saying hello.
How's your hand feel after the cobra bite? Mark running out like, I got bit too!
Yeah, that's basically, and I come out and I go, you gotta drive me to the hospital. And it was already starting to, a lot of pain already, like within a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And the hospital was Palms West, probably 15 minutes from here. By the time I got to Palms West, my throat was swollen shut. So I couldn't breathe. I was having an allergic reaction to the venom. Not only is the venom bad, but then I had an allergic reaction to the venom. So when I got to the hospital, I was having a hard time breathing, and they ended up putting a trach in my throat. It was rough. I was in a coma for 3 days, and another 15 days in the ICU.
That's scary stuff.
It was pretty painful. So,
that being said, let's take the snake out.
Yeah, after all that, let's see how this guy's doing. It's a big eastern. I actually caught this guy years ago over on 441 and Okeechobee Boulevard, where the Target store is now, where the extension of the road is now. And I remember catching him. And we were at the light going west on Okeechobee, and there he was, and I couldn't believe he was in the middle of the road. And I went out, and I had a bucket in my truck. I went out and started there we go.
That is a big eastern diamondback. Holy smokes. I'm listening, Mark. I wanted to get a better handle on the snake.
Just handle it.
Alright, let me point him this way so you can finish telling your story.
I jumped out of my van and I grabbed a bucket, jumped out in the road, and I'm trying to catch this snake. And this cop pulls up next to me, turns on his lights because he thinks I'm like broken down or something. He says to me, what the hell are you doing? And I had a snake just like you got it, but it was smaller. And I turned around and showed him, I said, I'm just trying to catch this diamondback.
Oh, I'm just here trying to catch this giant rattlesnake.
And the cop freaked out. He put up his windows and just ran the light and left.
He ran the light?
Yeah, he just took off and left.
My God. He's like, I don't know.
His eye, I'll never forget his eyes, how they just almost popped right out of his head. So anyways, that's the eastern diamondback.
That is crazy. Look how massive this snake is.
Largest venomous snake in the United States.
Holy smokes. And this is the largest rattlesnake species on the planet. So it doesn't matter what rattlesnake we're talking about, South Americans, Central Americans, Western diamondbacks, the eastern diamondback is the largest. Record being over 8 feet long. That is a massive snake with huge heat-seeking pits and really long hinged fangs. Here, you want to come right over here so we can get a quick shot together? That's awesome.
My dad's like, when did you kill that? I can't believe you killed that. I would have killed him.
Oh my God. Well, he's starting to calm down. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You want to open that cage for me so I can put him back in?
Sure. And watch out. The female's right here.
I can't get over how big the snake is.
It's a big one.
All right, right back in there. This snake has to be like 6 feet.
It's really.
This thing's huge.
6 feet.
So I gotta support the snake. There you go. That's awesome.
It's typical Western.
Woo! Make sure that's nice and locked up and secured. Mark, thank you so much. And if you want to come over here, All right, beautiful people, thank you for joining me on another Chandler's Wildlife. Check out McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary here in West Palm Beach. It is an awesome sanctuary. They help so many animals every year. So, stay beautiful, stay safe.
Yes.
And I'll see you guys on the next one.